What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with the bang of the day, guys, on the Walther Arms PD380. Guys, before we get into this, I will be at SHOT Show this upcoming week from the 23rd to the 27th in Las Vegas. If you see me, come say hey, say what's up. And also, we do have a Patreon now. It is linked down below in the description. If you want to just go support this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. You can just sign up as a member for free, or if you want to throw some chitlins at your boy, greatly appreciate it, because everything that's given will be reinvested into this channel. Go sign up for the Patreon. I love y'all. Let's get to the video. Walther. I like to say Walter, okay? Walther Arms PD380 in the building. We are clear? We are clear. We did initial thoughts and opinions shooting this bad boy, and for the most part, I enjoyed it. You feel me? I will stand corrected at the end of the day about the fact that I said that this was a great gun for a beginner shooter, which, as far as on a recoil basis, somebody first time shooting a gun, if I was to take a brand new person, me personally, take someone to the range brand new and I wanted them to try something, I would definitely give them this first before I gave them a Glock 19 or 45 and anything 9mm and up. I would definitely give them a 380 to shoot off of my own accord. Now, if it was someone that was asking me, like, Tony, what should I go for to begin shooting or just to get my feet wet as a personal item, and some of you in the actual comment section commented and I had a discussion with y'all, and I agree, like I said, I can stand corrected. I would definitely say that this is a great gun, but I would say, as far as beginner wise, it's not his main culprit. We'll get into his main culprit a little bit later. But I would go for a 22 LR because it is a less expensive as far as more than likely on the price of the gun, but as well as on the amount of ammo, because 380 itself is pretty expensive, close to, if not sometimes more than 9mm. This gun itself is extremely affordable, the gun, so I don't want to say that it's like this gun is way more expensive. It's an extremely affordable gun, but I think that what this gun is meant for is for someone with smaller hands, someone who's trying to conceal very well and easily, and someone that maybe doesn't have the, and even Walther himself states, the strength to always be able to rack a slide back. The actual racking of this is extremely easy, you feel me, at the end of the day. But with that being said, it's an extreme concealable firearm that you could pretty much put in your pocket, easily accessible as far as the racking of the slide, grabbing it in general, and then just shooting it. And you also have the pretty long trigger pull when in the double action stage, so it's pretty safe. I mean, it actually has a safety as well, ambi safety. So if you're someone who is kind of worried about that, getting in there fairly new on the gun side, you have a safety that actually works. When it is in safety, it will still do this, but it won't fire, compared to this, of course, when it's red, it will fire. But with that all being said, the gun shoots great. The first time I was shooting it, I had to get the hang of it. I sucked at it. Once I got outside of the range and I was outside shooting it, it was extremely fun to shoot. Little to no recoil at all, but the 380 bullet itself, some people are very opinionated on it. I think that it can do what it needs to do for the time being. If it's something like, if you're someone out trying to go to the mail, running around, quick movements, got to be somewhere, and you don't want to, have a bulky Glock 19 or some big, even, a PDB Pro or anything at 9mm caliber, you can go with something like this that's extremely concealable. And 380 is known as a self-defense round. People will argue about the stopping power of 380, and hey, that's for y'all to just, argue about in the comments or argue to me at the end of the day. But I think, at the end of the day, it'll help get somebody up off of you, and it's a very good round overall. The PD380 though, it features a lot of the same grip textures and overall appeal of a PDP, but it's a 380, and it's also hammer fired compared to striker fired like the PDP. I am looking forward and hoping maybe that they drop a PDP Pro or a PDP N380 that's striker fired. I mean, this is the closest thing to it, but I would like to see that come out as well. Even, well, I think they got their own 22 LR versions, which is like the thing with the P22 and all that. There's a lot of different, you know, caliber firearms that Walther already offers out there. So if you are someone wanting to be a beginner, maybe that is something that you need to look into from the 22 LR side. This gun though is very bone, you know, basic bone. There is no magazine release. It's actually a paddle. So there's a magazine release, but it's a paddle release. It's not a button release. So keep that in mind. And also there is no, you know, slide. You can't do that. In order to do that, you have to literally take the magazine out and do that. Well, let's say that you're on your last round. Boom, you're on your last round. You got to go you load up your magazine. You got to put your magazine back in and then rack it. There is no slide release or nothing like that. So you always got to actuate the slide to, you know, chamber a new round. Only gripe I had, bro, I was killing myself, is when sliding this in, because it's a smaller gun, I was catching my skin on my pinky a lot. But as far as the grip goes, even for me, that I feel like I have medium-sized hands, more medium, not big at all, medium, it says medium small. I would say medium though, because I feel like I'm medium, but this fits very great, especially the grooves in here, and especially the texture that is featured on the actual grip. Like I stated before, that is very similar to the PDP Pro or the PDP line in general. And even the slide itself is like a little baby version of it. People got mad that I called it a baby PDP, but it's called the PD380. It doesn't have the extra P on the end, but if you took off this hammer, it looks a lot like it. I mean, here you go right here. Slide looks very similar. Has the 3 little grooves on the slide, you know what I'm saying? And the texture for the grip, very similar as well. It's a bone dry PDP and 380. There's no optic for you there as well. Hammer fired as stated, manual safety. The trigger, it's very long for double action for the most part. Single action's fairly a lot of mush. Not the best trigger, but it does what it needs to do, especially for the price point that it comes in at. Disassembling it's the same way as disassembling a PDP. These little side hinges right here. And it does allow you to put a light on it. So you do have a light option, but no optic option on this gun. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for a 380, you know, something that's compact, concealable, you know, easily to put on you wherever you need to go, I would definitely say get a holster. I'm not saying to walk around with it in your pocket, but if you do, which I don't say go and do, but if you do, you got the safety feature to put on so you don't shoot yourself while you have a gun in your pocket, which, like I stated before, I just don't recommend it. But I do recommend this for somebody out there that's looking for 380 at the end of the day. I would go for 9mm at the end of the day. I would choose 9mm. I would go with that before I go with a 380, but if it's something that you must have and you're looking for something, you know, extremely smaller, you see that there's a huge difference here, you can go for this. But there's 9mm that come in this size now, that there's just those options out there. So, you know, make that decision at the end of the day how you feel, and go with that. Me personally, right, just being 100% now, I like this gun a lot, the PD380, I like it, but I would go for the PPK. That's just me. The PPK is that's the Bond gun, you feel me? Which is also 380, hammer fired, still, you know, still, I want to say the whole thing's still framed, correct me if I'm wrong, and it's just got nostalgic look to it. So, to each its own, but that's just me and that. But yeah, guys, let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below. We have the Walther's Arm PD380, and yeah, I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.